Alright everyone, we are back with another episode of Alchemy Factory. Let's get into it. So, we have two things we have to do. We have to figure out what we're doing with this metal. That doesn't have to happen immediately because we do have the chest set up, but we have to get this black powder moved around. The issue is we know it's going to get used elsewhere. It has other use cases. The problem is we need to use it in such a way that it works. Let's see. Okay. Now I don't mind doing it this way simply because we've already got the whole thing set. The thing I do mind, however, is I need to find a good way to introduce it into here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a system right there. Then we're going to come down here. Where's our cannon? Let's say fire it into the boiler. And now, at least in theory, we should have some. Even the black powder is not going to be moving enough. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be producing enough fast enough. Now, in theory, when we max out our heat displacement, we'll be good, but for now... Okay, let's see. Steam is building. It's good to know. The gunpowder is flowing. It's flowing a little slowly, but I think the main part of that is just there's a limit to how much I can generate at any given point in time. So that's a 30. That's a 30. Little confused on why it's having a hard time, but easiest solution is just to do that. I think it was just backlogged, but yeah, that gunpowder just gonna sit there for a while. That should help with the backlog. This is fine. It's quite literally just gonna be the charcoal powder that is the holdup. I could increase the capabilities of it. Add a secondary wood system, secondary burners. Well, for now, this is going to cause a system-wide crash. It is unfortunate, but Gotta do what you gotta do. Go grab our steel. Boom. Really should probably put some mushrooms aside to make more bounce shrooms. Here, actually, do this. Then come here, do this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Use you. Of course. I ended up picking up logs, which is never good. They take up so much space, and they're not really that great for what we're doing with them. So next, we need to combine and pressurize. That actually might be easier than I thought. And the only reason I say that is, one, do this, but two, we have, where is it? The priority merger, which, as silly as it sounds, is perfectly useful for this exact use case. Because then I can just come down here and go, hey, oop, we want that to prioritize there. We need to go down and get more wood. Or not wood, more rope. Let's turn the bandages back on. Because it will give us a increase of coin. Okay. Now processing 120, that should be enough. The whole thing backlogged and happy. Boom, boom. Let's check how bad losing it for a second. Ooh, are we backlogging? It looks like we are. That might help out quite a bit. Yes! Oof. Do apologize. Had a bit of a sneeze there. Again, money's nice, but I don't actually have a use for it at a certain point. Like, brandy's interesting, and blast potion does make for a great heat source. but a lot of stuff just really worried about. The fact that all of this is backlogged means you're producing quite a bit more potion, but we still haven't backlogged it. Now, charcoal is our limit. A wee bit silly. Granted, it does look like I have to here take a lot of stuff that wouldn't be worried about and fix it. So go in that direction, go in that direction. Okay. Now come here, throw most of this stuff just in there. Another area to throw materials in, and now all of a sudden our production should be quite substantial. Now with a boiler I could separate these, make them more efficient, more well prepared. But we are producing the salts that we need quite a bit more. So let us come here. There. It's not quicklime. Oh. Now that is flowing. At least in theory. Gonna move a little faster. All this just for a growth potion. Don't get me wrong, the growth potion is absolutely amazing. But until we are backlogged on it, we're gonna be hurting. It is a shame that this is still the most efficient way to get stuff between levels. I'm sure I will find a better solution at a point. I just have not found it yet. That is insanely self-regulating. Uh-oh. Of course, there was somehow still coal ore in there, even though I just checked it for the coal ore. Okay, I guess for now, here, grab 2 of those, just to keep all this running. Even though I should be getting better materials in. I have not gotten there yet. But I will get to the point where I can pull most of this stuff out. All that. Up. And berry come out. Main reason, I need to make sure the potions don't stop. See? Confirm. Boom. This used for? Oh. That is a conundrum. Okay, at least for now, you guys can still operate. Overs. Also gonna take and come here. Use you. We're gonna take a cannon, because why not? And the cannon is going to be our little backup for now. Really do need to get the growth potions moving faster. Still surprised that my biggest weakness right now is clay powder. Question is, where do I have it coming in from? Here, over here, over here. Hey, what are you missing? Charcoal powder. Yeah, that makes sense. That does not make sense, so. That is way too much material wasted. This system will need to get updated. Because right now, I'm using it for advanced fertilizer, and it's not actually that useful. Oop, come on. There we go. And as crazy as this giant system is, a single one of these growth potions puts all the fertilizer I have to shame. Where is it? I should also look into these catalysts. is Paradox Crucible. Says they can make it. Doesn't say how. So, I'm doing... Oh, it's not going to give me that combined number, but 800 all of a sudden, that's pushing, you know, almost 8,000. So it's a 10 times increase. Now, if I start making these as expensive as they would be... Okay, I really need to figure out what that is. Because that is not... like, it's quite literally not an answer. It's a question in a question. Okay, hypothetically, come here, do that. It is going to be a passive waste for now, but was it copper? Yeah. Go. Let's look at messing with some paradoxes, because that's never gone completely wrong. Oh, right. They're goods, because I made a watch. Which does give me a thing to use steel gears for, so I could produce steel as a use for that iron. Okay, so hypothetically, if I throw a steel in there, and that made one? See, that's the issue I'm having right now is, aside from not being able to get in or under the staircase, because I put this in a terrible position. Okay, so if I then take this Oblivion Essence, toss it in there. Okay. So that gives me those essences. They're relatively easy to work with. Let me check the heat. Okay, it literally burns up a little bit of everything. So, when I come... Where is it? Materials... That's easy enough to make. The unstable catalyst is the one that is a little bit more difficult to make. But that will be part of making a fertility catalyst. So, chamomile, we've got gloom spores, we've got sulfur, we've got... Okay. I believe that will be our next little adventure. Now, I do need to delete this because that is quite a heavy system. Okay, charcoal's maxed out. What is the thing that is... You're telling me we managed to fill a waste bin. Holy cow. And we want to go there. And then there. Boom. Boom. 7. Okay. That is a massive amount of production that is A, being annihilated, and then B, actually, let me see, because while I know for a fact I won't be able to use all of it, I can turn it into glass that I can sell. I'll also use it to make Saturn. Problem is, I cannot get salt for the life of me. It's too expensive. But glass, I could potentially work with. The problem is, there's no way, like, there is absolutely no way I'm going to sell that much glass. Like, I'll more than happily attempt it, but realistically speaking, it's probably not happening. Also, running out of growth potions, and that was simply because this shut down for a few seconds, basically. Chamomile powder, yep, we can steal from there. Charcoal is technically behaving. Main problem is, if I split that again, while it will solve the problem temporarily, it will not solve the problem uphill. So, gonna have to just kind of sit there, hope we make some money. The other thing we need to do, check our day reports. Ledger. So we lost a bunch of money. Why? Like, we gained a lot of money. But apparently I made a whole bunch of those for some reason. Hold one thing. There it is. Okay. Hopefully we will not be losing money that quickly anymore. Especially because the gunpowder is now slowed down because... Or not gun... Well, yeah, gunpowder. Black powder. Because that has calmed down. It will go crazy as soon as I introduce the new system, but not a lot I can do about that. So, we are looking to do paradox crucibles. Question we're gonna have is how well it's gonna work. Okay. They are starting to load up. Those are running, that's fine. Now, for the part that is going to worry me. I throw one of you in. That's gonna take ages. So it does work. Okay, and that is the output. So that's easy enough. It's better materials going in, better materials coming out. Not the craziest thing to work with. Now, I do have the issue that yeah, the issue that it is not going to behave the way it's supposed to if I do it this way. Oh, I'm going to do this just to empty it. Just because, if I'm not mistaken, I think there will be a use for it in the future. Yeah. But right now, I'm only using it to get vitality. Next thing we want to do... It looks like the limbic, linseed, and lavender. But first and foremost, I want to do this stuff in a advanced assembler. Boom. A cannon. Get that there. Easy enough. The sulfur is a second or a third floor product. Ooh. That was a heat burnout. Come on. You can do it. As far as I'm aware, it should not be siphoning off enough for there to be a major issue. Hold on. Hypothetically, if I throw one black powder in there, is that going to be enough to keep it running? Yeah. Okay. Can that reach? About there. Yes, okay. That I can deal with. Okay. And there's that. Now, the problem is, I made this so compact that it actually is an issue. Recipe that. Ever. Go here. This. Want to do cut. And then pull. The reason we're doing it that way alright. I don't mind if I have a backlog on that because it is slowly building up no matter what. We are coming towards that wrapping up point, so let's quickly fix any issues. that cannon. This cannon goes, this cannon goes in. And now that goes there. And that should be this system producing unstable catalysts. Absolutely amazing. Next thing we are going to need is the lavender essence oil. That will be something we do in the next episode, only because it is quite a bit of a dramatic system to set up. So, until next time, everyone, take it easy.